This is a second stimulus check update. So we all know that the HEROES Act passed in the House a few days ago, which is going to give Americans a one-time payment of $1,200. But what about that $2,000 a month payment that a lot of us were expecting over the last few weeks and hearing about it? Can this one-time payment change to a recurring monthly payment, and could we still get that $2,000 a month payment? I'll answer those questions in this video, but first I want to show you exactly what is in the HEROES Act. So if we look here, this is exactly how many billions are going to each department for the $3 trillion of this bill. The bill as is will not pass in the Senate. Senate Republicans say it is dead on arrival because it does not have at least the two things they want, which is payroll tax cuts and legislation for businesses to not get sued. Senate Republicans will probably want to slash a few billions from a lot of these departments and add more money to the small businesses, which I think is fine. It won't require more money, but it'll just redistribute all the billions from a lot of these departments and go to the departments that they want. Besides the $2,000 a month recurring payment, the HEROES Act omitted one really important thing, which is no improvements to get funds to individuals quicker and more accurately. So there are still millions of Americans who still haven't received their first stimulus check, which is horrible. They completely messed that up with the CARES Act, and in the 1,800-page legislation, they did not add anything so that Americans could get their money faster. The reason why is, I think, this. First, let's take a look at how much Congress is making. So this is from Senate.gov. They're making $174,000 a year. Imagine making $174,000 on the books. This doesn't include all the extra money that they're getting from pharmaceutical companies, big oil companies, that's towards their campaign that they could still use like regular money. Basically, the people in Congress, the ones who are in charge of giving us more money, are rich. And not only are they rich, but they barely work. So this is also according to Senate.gov official site for this year. This is how many days off that they have. So not only are they making a six-figure salary, but they also have a lot more days off than the average American, working 250 days a year. If we look here, according to ThoughtCo, the House of Representatives has averaged 146 legislative days since 2001, and the Senate has been in session 165 days out of a 365-day year. And as I mentioned, the average American works 250 days out of the year, and this is how much Congress works. If you look, this is out of 365 days that they've been working. Not only are they getting paid a lot of money, but they have a lot of days off. But to be fair, with all those recesses, so a recess is a scheduled district constituent work period during which House members serve the people of their district. I want to highlight that again. Serve the people of their district. Let me know in the comments, how often during all of these times off has a congressman served you in your district? I don't remember. The reason why is because Congress is not serving the American people. First, they're serving themselves because every politician is always seeking higher office. Next is special interests. So pharmaceutical, oil, and other lobbyists are approaching all these politicians and giving them millions of dollars towards their campaign to enact laws that help these big businesses and not Americans. So with Congress and these powerful politicians, it is not in their best interest to help the American people. There's not a good return on investment to help an American compared to helping an oil company or a pharmaceutical company. And this is not a Democrat or Republican thing. This is the haves and the have-nots, the rich people and the poor people. At that level of power, there really is no Republican or Democrat thing. It's just a charade to distract the people. For example, Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell, both powerful politicians, career politicians, they have so much pull and sway, they could pretty much do whatever they want. But the one thing they have in common is that they are rich, really rich. So if we look, Nancy Pelosi's net worth is $16 million. Mitch McConnell, 2018, has a net worth of $34 million. Now, this is just public information. Who knows how many more millions they have privately. And I'm sure behind closed doors, Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell are probably really good friends and just pretend to be enemies in the public. And nothing brings people closer than a common enemy. That's probably why they want to keep the Republican citizens, Democrat citizens separate, because if they work together, then we'd probably have a lot more power than the government. I have no problem with rich people. If someone is rich, more power to you. I think it's great. Capitalism, great. But the issue I have is someone who is this rich and have this much power. How in the world are they going to relate to someone making $10 an hour or below the poverty line or even the average medium of like $60,000 for a family in America? They cannot relate. And that is the reason why I think the $1,200 payment was agreed upon, because the powerful Republicans, powerful Democrats, they probably did not want to do the $2,000 a month because they thought $1,200 is enough. It's scraps for the peasants. I'm sure they'll get by. But what they don't understand is that Americans are struggling. Grocery prices are going up, bills are piling up, and money is not coming in. Even for the people who want to work, they cannot work and they're not receiving the unemployment benefits. According to CNBC, study finds 44% of unemployment applicants have been denied or are still waiting. And the unemployment is at 36 million, almost at 15% so far. It says, using data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, we estimate that more than half the states have processed and paid less than 60% of total submitted unemployment claims. So that's about 13 million people who haven't yet received their unemployment claims. They're not working. They cannot work because their jobs are closed, and yet they only want to give a one-time payment of $1,200, which is barely going to last a month for most Americans. But what really bothers me is, according to the Motley Fool, unemployment rate among age 55 and older is 13.6%, up from 2.6% in January. So that means a lot more older people who are almost on the brink of retirement, they can't even get their unemployment claims as well. The reason why a one-time payment of $1,200 isn't going to sit well with Americans is because consumer spending accounts for 70% of US economic growth. People need money to spend money. If they don't have money, they're going to reserve it and pay only for the essentials, rent, utilities, food, and money will not circulate into the economy. With a $2,000 a month payment until people could go back to work and live a normal life, then that money will circulate through the economy and you won't see people doing desperate acts out of desperation. So with the Emergency People for the Money Act, with over 30 co-sponsors, it doesn't mean anything right now because the HEROES Act is the only bill up for discussion with the $1,200 payment. The good thing is that this bill is not set in stone. It can change. Maybe the payment could change, maybe not. But if Americans do not get a recurring payment, there's going to be a lot more serious issues that America has to deal with later on. If you want to watch more second stimulus check updates, you could click this playlist over here or this video over here. Take care, be safe. Hopefully we get more money soon. Thank you for watching.